We're minutes away from the eating contest to see all the pizzas out there. How many pizzas do we have, Dougie?
We have 5 pizzas. Which
is your name 40,
Dougie? 40 slices.
Okay, 40 slices.
I looked at the number of boxes over there. I said, how many people in this contest?
If you have a half hour, can't you eat 5 pizzas easily?
No, 5 pizzas.
You, I mean.
Me?
Yeah.
Artie's thinking that 2 is a lot.
Well, first of all, I must say I cheated a little bit. I got my favorite pizza. This is from Uptown Pizzeria in Hoboken. It's great.
Yeah,
Why not?
Artie requested the pizza.
It's fine. Who cares?
Because they challenged me, so I figured. And my buddy Dave over there makes it really good with fresh mozzarella on top and a little olive oil in the crust.
Who's the guy who's going to challenge Artie?
It's a guy who just called us and said he's just like Artie. He's, his exact words were, his sister emailed me and said, he's big and fat and out of control, just like Artie.
What does that mean?
And that he could out-eat Artie.
Let me meet the guy. Let me bring him in.
Yeah, I was going to say, aren't you going to start this up while the pizza's still good?
Yeah, I might as well. I mean, who cares? Like, it matters to these guys.
We got it last night. It's not the, it's been overnight.
You're kidding me. We got the pizza last night?
Well, yeah.
Did anybody heat it up?
They heated it. I hope it's heated a little. It can't be too hot or too cold.
Your name is what, Fred?
How you doing, Howard?
Hey, Fred. Fred Pilla?
Yeah,
Fred Pilla. Pilla.
It's Italian.
All right. You think you could eat more pizza than Artie?
I know I can eat more pizza than
They look
Artie.
about the same size as
Are
them.
these supposed to work?
Yeah, are they not working, your headphones?
No.
How's that?
That's better.
Yeah, like most of the stuff around here, they forget to turn it on.
Yeah, I understand.
Good work, Casey.
Well, it was down low. This guy's deaf. What do you want me to tell you?
Down low is not on.
What are you talking about? The light's on right there.
Yeah, well, it was all the volume was down.
No, it wasn't. Thing's fine.
Fred, I've had that endless loop of, hey, you guys don't do things right.
Now I understand what you go through. Now I don't mind when you complain all the time.
I hope you choke on the pizza, pal.
You see what it's like trying to get through to Casey.
How many pizzas do you think you can eat in a half hour?
I'm going to shoot for 2, I hope.
Yeah. What are you shooting for, Artie?
I'll shoot for 2 in 1 slice.
No. Do you think you can do it?
In a half an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I could do that.
Yeah. I do.
I do.
Half an hour.
That's a lot of pizza, man. That's a lot of pizza.
I think I could eat 2 pies in a half hour.
Why don't you get in the contest, too?
I do. I think I could. Well, how am I going to do that and be on the air at the same time?
Well,
I need to concentrate.
Well, I'm going to need a nap after this.
That's not included.
This was ordered last night.
Yeah. Why?
This is going to taste good later.
By the way, there's no. If you throw up, you lose.
Are there buckets by them in case they have to?
I got an EMT guy here, emergency medical technician. Like he's going to know what to do with you, fat slobs.
I was going to say, what's he going to do?
Let's ask him. I don't know.
Isn't this great? See how the fresh mozzarella is just laid on the top like this?
Yeah.
And it's thin enough. It's the right texture. This is perfect. At the Uptown Pizzeria in Hoboken.
Artie's got an erection.
Yeah, you got an erection. Good.
I do have an erection. This
All right,
is great.
let me bring in, before you guys start chomping, or you want to start chomping now and I can interview the EMT guy?
Do we have an official clock, a time?
Yeah, Doug's got all that. You know how good he is with all that.
Also, do you need liquid? To be fair, I got a Hawaiian punch with some ice.
You're going to get me water, I think.
Fred, you going to get water? I got a bottle of water here.
I can't have water with pizza. I need a flavorful drink.
Don't you think that'll fill you up?
No, it'll be all right.
Oh, here's our EMT dude. Hey, man, what's happening? What's your name?
Francisco Cruz.
Francisco Cruz, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You know what to do? What could go wrong with these guys?
There's nothing really much that could go wrong. They're just eating pizza, but inevitably they get choked, so I just do the Heimlich maneuver, and that's about it.
You know how to do that Heimlich maneuver?
Yes.
All right.
Sounds like Sammy Sosa's an EMT guy now.
Speaking of Sammy Sosa, I got some tape coming up. Are you Dominican?
No.
What are you?
Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rico. All right. That's nice.
Yeah, you guys don't cork your beds.
Yeah, you don't cork your beds. I like Dominicans, too, please. I don't need any problems. So, all right, you're an EMT guy. And who's this sanctioned dude?
My name is Rich Shea. I'm the president of the International Federation of Competitive Eating. We're the governing body of all stomach-centric sport worldwide.
Are you a competitive eater?
No, I'm a social eater, actually.
And how did you get involved in this kind of work, seriously?
Well, we've always done the Nathan's famous hot dog contest.
Yeah.
And about 7 years ago, my brother and I decided that this is a fast-growing sport that needs a governing body.
Do you get paid for this?
Contest.
When you go out and do the Nathans or any of that kind of stuff?
We do, actually. There were sponsors, Orbitz and Frenches get behind the Nathan's contest, and
So they'll throw you a couple of bucks to make sure it's all kosher. Now, what are we doing wrong? Anything wrong here? We got the pies. We got the two dudes sitting here.
Now, and you got the IFOCE, so this is officially sanctioned. And I heard something about 2 pizzas in a half hour.
Yes.
We could actually. I got a guy I know that can do a full cheese pizza, none of this mozzarella stuff, like the real hardcore pizza in 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds long, a half hour.
Here's the difference.
What? None of this mozzarella. Every pizza has mozzarella. What are you talking about?
No, but, this is like a real good old-fashioned pie.
What is this?
But those slices you get on the street, like all those Ray's places, they have that thick cheese on them. I prefer this.
That looks pretty thick, quite frankly. But here's my point. A lot of guys I see can eat in 5 minutes real fast.
Right.
Endurance and capacity is the question, right?
In a half hour, we want to see, could a guy... How many pies could a guy eat? And these guys aren't professionals.
Right. No, but I'm going to rank them both after this.
Good.
IFOC
Wait a second. The challengers brought up an interesting question.
What is it?
Eating crust?
Absolutely eating
Everything
crust.
has to go.
Yeah, that's a challenge,
That's
actually.
fine.
Yeah, because we don't want to get into evaluating how much crust versus pie you left over.
Well, look, I am on a low-carbs diet. I don't know if I want to eat the crust.
Oh, please, Artie.
Artie, you're going to have to give up your diet just for this. All right, so why don't you guys begin eating? I got a lot of business to attend to while you guys are doing this. We got a lot of funny stuff.
All right, the clock has started.
Can I talk to you guys? What's the matter? Fred?
Like rubber.
Yeah.
It's from last night.
You didn't heat it up?
They heated it up a little bit. I'll tell you, can I get some hot pepper seed?
Hot pepper seed?
Concentrate on eating.
That's it, like hot pepper you put on top of it. Oh, it's disgusting.
Is it good, Artie?
It's excellent.
It was probably good yesterday.
Dude, with the complaining, calm down.
I'm just saying. It's a little old.
Like you've never eaten day-old pizza.
It's like every guy I eat pizza with, they won't shut up.
You eat pizza a lot of guys, too, don't you?
No, he usually eats alone, trust me.
Yeah, I bang broads and I eat pizza with guys. Calm down.
There's a feeding frenzy that goes on in Artie's apartment every night with that pizza. Is there a prize or is this just for bragging rights? I tell you what.
Wait a minute. Yeah, what about that?
Well,
I'm risking my figure for no money?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you $500. Can I give Artie $500?
Absolutely.
All right, the winner gets $500. Courtesy of Artisan Home Entertainment and the Terminator 2 Extreme DVD, which is supposed to be real cool.
This is a very relaxed competition.
Yeah, well, we got a half hour.
Could we put Sports Center on or something?
He needs help.
You guys are still eating your first slice.
Oh, it's a half hour.
That's why I said it's very relaxed.
See, Artie's
What are we, pigs?
Artie's all about pacing, seriously. I've been with Artie before. He's not a fast eater, but he's very consistent.
He'll keep going no matter what.
Yeah,
he won't have to have any breaks.
Fred, having trouble? No?
What's the matter, Freddie?
Not much. You don't worry about me. Fill yourself up. Go ahead.
I know. I'm a big dude.
Artie's a pizza-eating machine.
I love it. My two favorite inventions are air conditioning and pizza.
Is pizza your favorite thing to eat?
It's absolutely people talk about their last meal. It's like, what are they talking about? It's not even an issue.
You know what you're having.
Give me a slice of pizza.
Pizzerina for me.
Yeah.
You too, Fred? Yeah, you love pizza. They're still working on their first slice, and we're 5 minutes into this.
Well, that's what I said. You gave him a half hour.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
We'll see who wins. How much time has elapsed? 2.5 minutes. Let me talk to Richard Shea, the president of the International Federation of Competitive Eating. How are these guys doing?
Well, they're going out awfully slow. This is an endurance test, as you mentioned. 30 minutes is longer than most of our contests. But one thing that they're doing, which is wise, you look at all that crust, they're not drinking a lot of water. That would absorb, the crust would absorb the water, and that would hurt their capacity.
That would expand them.
There is a little, that tomato sauce can be a little acidic.
Yes.
So all he's got is some sort of grape juice or orange juice in front of him.
Hawaiian punch.
Yeah, it'd be better with like a soft yoo-hoo or something milky to kind of keep his tummy nice and smooth. You know what I mean? But
he doesn't care about that.
But it's awfully slow.
You don't understand Artie.
What is that, Fred?
That's what I'm worried about, acid indigestion.
Yeah, you don't want any sort of reflux action because I'd have to DQ you.
Don't want to say anything, but Artie's already halfway through his second slice, and Fred is just beginning his second slice.
But in all fairness, Artie left a small piece of crust for later.
I go back.
And Fred finished his whole slice.
What do you mean Artie goes back?
I don't know.
Smart.
You're talking to a professional, Robin.
There's a strategy here?
What's the strategy?
the strategy is you get as much of the main part of the pizza down.
Yeah.
And then, later it's easier just to get a small piece of crust down.
But you can get snagged at the end. And,
It's not like the regular food you're eating anyway.
Yeah, Richard Shea is saying you're going to get snagged. He's making some good points. He knows what to drink when you do an eating contest.
Yeah. The thing is, I think that we should have an IFOCE rule, which is you have to complete your first pie before you move on to your second.
Absolutely.
If you leave the crust, like in the Nathan's contest, they leave all the buns and they eat all the dogs first.
Right.
You got to go back and get the bread, and that can really...
Yeah, Artie, you can't move on to your second pie until you get done with your first.
All right.
You got me, Shay.
Hey, Howard, have you ever seen Artie so cocky about anything? I've never seen it.
Well, he is eating at a faster clip, but...
I would like to point out that Fred wore a black shirt and already has lots of flour dust all over his shirt.
Hey, Artie, you really should eat the crust all the way down because it's hard to evaluate where you're at in the contest. I mean, in fact... Fred could really be ahead of you, but I can't tell.
Yeah, because he hasn't finished his first slice.
I'll tell you what's going on. Artie's got a piece of crust about an inch wide, which he could do in one bite. He's almost done with the second slice. Fred's got about a quarter of a second slice left. So it's close.
Artie, are you full yet?
No, God, no.
I mean, this is nothing.
Even close, huh?
No, this is like taking a couple of vitamins.
Have you ever... You can eat a whole pie.
Yes,
no problem.
I've eaten a whole pie before.
Okay.
But never in a half hour.
What I have is I see Fred wore jeans in his shirt. He looks like he's going to like a communion or something. I have a loose fitting. I have like what you'd call an eating uniform.
Your lucky jacket.
I have my lucky corduroy jacket.
Okay, I believe I saw that corduroy jacket for 5 straight days in Vegas.
And how is his luck there?
I got to tell you, at 3 straight in New York.
Right.
Yeah, and I have loose fitting cargo pants on.
I just have to remind everybody, Artie with his lucky corduroy shirt lost $15,000.
Yeah, 15 G's.
What's that got to do with eating, Rob?
Fred, how are you feeling? Are you getting full?
No, but like as hard as a rock.
The crust is hard, but I got to tell you, they're tied.
No.
They're tied now.
Well, it's been sitting overnight. We should a fresh pie would be really nice.
Yeah, you should have had it delivered this morning.
Richard, hey, this is Artie.
Hey, he's in a contest.
I know, he's in a coma. Hey, Richard Shea, what about bowel movements? Or is a guy allowed to move his bowels? Like, let's say, during the contest, Artie all of a sudden had to go. Like, I know he can't get up from the table. Could he just make in his pants?
Well, we wouldn't want to see it. The judges would frown upon that. It's bad for TV. You don't really want to move anything out of your body. It's a process.
Is it against the rules, though?
It is against the rules, yeah.
Anything moved out means it's over?
Exactly.
All right,
now, in the contest last year, when, Takeru Kobayashi, the dude that ate 50 and a half hot dogs and buns in 12 minutes, he's our top-ranked eater in the world. He only weighs 132 pounds.
So weight really has nothing to do with this?
No, in fact, like the bigger guys, I think Fred, I heard from his sister, he's like a yo-yo dieter, and right now he looks like he's on sort of that downswing, and his gut's getting a little big. That's going to press against his, it's going to inhibit it from expanding.
No idea what I looked like before, man.
But there's this whole theory, the belt of fat theory. And when Ed Crotchy, a guy from Canarsie, lost to the Japanese in '97, he came up with this theory: if you have a lot of adipose tissue pressing against your stomach, it inhibits it from expanding.
Yeah.
And that's been fleshed out by many doctors.
Dude, you're way too into this.
I'm a fan of the sport.
Artie wants to tell you something.
Could this guy shut up while I'm eating?
Yeah.
And also, the problem is it looks like the EMT guy could beat us both.
I was thinking that.
Yeah. Hey, Artie, that's the guy's going to save your life when you pass out. I wouldn't be goofing on the dude.
He's a good guy. Come on.
Yeah.
Just hope he gets his arms around me when I'm choking.
Yeah. You would have to be a big guy to get your arms around you guys. All right, so what are we on, our third slice, boys? Yeah. How many minutes have gone by, Doug?
7.5.
7.5.
I mean, we should go on to other things.
They could probably
I guess I'm fascinated.
12 pies in a half hour.
Well, I don't know. I 12.5 minutes have gone by. Only 3 slices. I'm not that impressed.
Well, no, 7.5, so let's see.
7.5.
Yeah, it's not that long.
They should be able to eat 4 times as much. So
possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that, a pie?
4 times as much. They ate 3 to 12 slices is a pie and a half.
All right.
So they're going to have to cram a little bit toward the end.
Yeah, I believe at the end that they're just going to, it's going to be really ugly, that they're just going to start jamming slices in their mouth.
Do you think Artie will go out to lunch today? That's what I'm...
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, Artie, do we talk about this? Artie hasn't eaten since 1:30 yesterday, except for a brownie at the train station.
Let's go to Stephanie.
He just said that's a mistake.
Why is that a mistake? I thought so, too.
You don't want to fast before a contest because your stomach constricts. You know what I mean? So
right, that's what I told Artie this morning. I said you should see.
Respect to Artie, but that's a real rookie mistake. He's not following the sport.
All right, yeah, my stomach feels real restricted there, genius.
How many slices you up to, Artie?
The Stephen Hawking food back there. I got 3, 4.
He's eating the crust on his third slice. Fred's about tied with him. He's eating the crust on his third slice as well.
Artie's like, somebody else has to keep track. I'm eating.
I'll tell you. Jaw.
What?
It's painful on my jaw. It's like rubber. It keeps bouncing down.
Well, that's part of the challenge, I guess.
I'll tell you, it's pretty evenly matched so far. You know what I mean? Nobody's jumped ahead of anybody. It's about the same.
Stephanie, you're on the air.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Artie, you sound so sexy stuffing that fat face.
Artie is a sex
symbol. The radio and come give you a big hug and a kiss.
All right. You know what's funny? Women get turned on by a guy who's really competent at something, and I guess this is your thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, they hear you eating, and they're getting turned on.
Stop talking and keep eating, or else you're going to lose.
This is how we got Dana.
On top of this, I'm also a Connecticut School of Broadcasting graduate.
You mean Dana saw him eating pizza and was...
Yeah, and she was bowled over by his prowess.
She could no longer resist.
All right, here's what I got for you. While the boys are eating, we'll check back in on them in a second. We have our EMT worker, Francisco, who is standing by in case anybody should pass out. We have Richard Shea, the president of the International Federation of Competitive Eating.
So this is being looked over by an official.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. This is sanctioned.
Sanctioned eating event, oddly enough.
It's important.
History. It is. Hey, so here's a couple of the things I have. This is... Bill O'Reilly and Al Franken yelling at each other.
At a book convention.
At a book convention. I guess Al Franken wrote a book criticizing Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, it's liar, liar, something.
It's just a fight. You want to hear that?
All right.
So, Bill, I'm sorry I call you one of the many people who do lie in my book. And I guess we're going to have some question and answer, so you have a chance to respond to that.
We're supposed to be on here for 15 minutes. This idiot goes 35, okay? All he's got in 6.5 years is that I misspoke, that I labeled a polka war to Peabody. He writes it in his book. He tries to make me out to be a liar.
No,
hey,
that's
shut up.
No,
you had your
up.
35 minutes. Shut up.
This isn't your show,
This is what this guy
Bill.
does.
Bill,
this is what he does.
You can't...
Right? This is what this guy does. He demonizes it, all right? And then other people pick it up. Now, if it's important to you that I misspoke and labeled a Peabody...
You didn't
poke,
just misspeak.
That's fine. That's fine, okay? This is what he does. He's a vicious, and that is with a capital V, person who is blinded by ideology. And that's all I'll say about the rebuttal.
There you go. Sound like a good fight.
Yeah.
But Al Franken wasn't allowed. I think they must have pulled the mic away from him.
Yeah, well, he had 35 minutes. He can't grandstand. He's got to let the other guy talk.
Yeah, what is it, Gary?
Nothing. I'm just watching.
Oh, you're watching
I'm so fascinated.
All right. Let's go to Jerry. Jerry, you're on the air. Hey, Jerry.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Howard, these guys are pussies, man. I can blow them away.
Yeah, well, you know, these are the two guys eating. This is a guy, Fred, who challenged Artie to the eating contest. I mean, we're not going to have one of these every day.
Yeah, he didn't think of the challenge.
How about oysters?
Yeah, well,
I can come in Tuesday and blow them away.
All right. I mean, we don't really want to have an eating contest every day. It was Fred's idea. We figured, okay, let Fred have his shot. And that's what we're doing.
And also, they're almost the same exact height and weight. They're perfectly matched.
Yeah.
Yo, Fred's sweating, man.
What's the matter, Fred?
It's hot in here.
Whatever.
How are you doing, Artie?
I'm doing fantastic.
What's the slice count?
I'm on my fourth. I'm finishing my fourth.
Fred's been a little bit behind the whole time, but never by much, and he catches up, and then Artie jumps ahead again. Because Artie can eat the front end of a slice very fast.
I'm telling you, the olive oil in the crust is a very key factor here because it gets very flavorful.
That's funny. Mine's dry as a bone and hard as a rock.
Well...
But, Artie, you're not full at all.
I'm not mad. I'm a...
I love trying to talk to him while he's doing it.
I'm a little full, but...
If anybody is eating along at home, you're... Amazing.
How much time, Doug?
About 14 minutes has elapsed.
So they're almost halfway.
And they're only half a pie in.
Robin, you're on the air.
Howard, I
was in a pizza eating contest in college, I challenged a guy that I was living with. But we gave each other the whole night to do it. I don't think these guys will do it in a half hour.
Yeah, well, the only problem with that is that, these guys could then hang out for hours and hours and hours, and we would never have a conclusion.
Right.
So
I don't know. I would give it an hour, and I can't see him going through with it and not having to have a big BM. Just speaking from experience.
Oh, that's attractive. Let's go to...
however much they could eat in a half hour.
Let's go to John.
Come on, Artie. Think of all the pies you could buy with that 500 you're going to win.
Yeah. That's an incentive.
I could up it to 1,000, couldn't I?
Absolutely.
Do it.
Hey, Howard, do you have any of those DVDs to give away, that Terminator 2?
No, not right now, no. Hey, okay, I'll double it. $1,000, courtesy.
Now we want to see some real eating.
Yeah. The winner gets $1,000. Does that sound a little better to you, Fred?
Sounds great.
Yeah. Courtesy of Artisan Home Entertainment and the new Terminator 2 Extreme DVD featuring a brand new high-definition digital transfer with the best picture and sound ever. Available everywhere June 3rd. You also qualify to win a day in the pits with the crew of the T2 Extreme DVD NHRA car.
Are they going to start stuffing slices into their mouths in the last 5 minutes?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to be happening. Are you going to? What do you say, Artie?
I'm going to do whatever it takes. I mean, if it's real tight and he's eating fast, I'm going to have to eat fast, too.
Dominic, you're on the air.
Anybody want to bet?
It's pretty evenly matched.
And the race has already started.
I know, that's why it's a good time to bet. It's like halftime. I'll bet 2-1, Artie wins. So
you take Artie, huh?
1,000 against 500. And by the way, I'm 2 slices ahead now.
What do you say?
He's 2 slices ahead.
Yeah.
He's playing at home.
I don't know, Dominic. I don't know who's going to win this.
Yeah, Fred is an unknown factor.
Does anyone want to bet?
Anybody want it?
Who's he taking?
He's taking Artie, 2-1.
I would go with Artie. Artie's just a little bit ahead, and I think that I know what Artie could do in a pinch. I don't know what Fred's going to do.
I don't know. Fred's eating at a nice clip, and Artie's spent a lot of time drinking stuff.
That Hawaiian punch could slow him down.
You're not kidding.
Robin?
I have no desire to bet.
All right.
Yeah, I'm feeling it either.
Because I bet on Artie.
I got a bunch of voicemail, and I got a bunch of email, and I have a bunch of tape still. Oh, I got Sammy Sosa apologizing for his corked bat. I think we got to listen to that.
I just want to say that first I just want to apologize first to my teammates, the fans, and Commission of Baseball, Major League Baseball. What happened today, and that was something that meant to happen. I just took the wrong bat. It's bad. I used that bat for batting practice. I used that in the game, and something that I take the blame for. It's a mistake. I know that.
So the press started laughing because they couldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
I took the wrong bat.
He's in trouble.
And the other thing is, if you're taking batting practice, the premise is, even though you're putting on a show for the fans, the premise is to get better. So how do you get better if you're using a bat that you can't use in a game?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what
he's talking about that stuff they just do in front of the fans.
It's exhibition.
Yeah.
But that's how every day. That's when you take your batting practice, every day before the game. They don't come in early.
I'm sure he doesn't use it all the time, but he's just got it there.
No, but guy, you're still hitting the ball. I mean, you're swinging a bat and hitting it.
But your timing would be off because you're using a different bat.
Do me a favor, though. I mean, X-ray all those bats in the Hall of Fame, and then you'll know if the guy was corking his bat.
Because here's a funny thing. Babe Ruth hit 60 home runs, right?
Right.
It took years for Roger Maris to hit 61. He hit 61, I think, in 1961. After that, nobody could get near the record for, 35 years? Since McGuire and Sammy, I think, 7 times somebody's hit over 61 home runs, and no one could ever get near it before that.
Yeah, because the fact of the matter is, why all of a sudden do these guys get so good that they every year now can beat Roger Maris's record? It's got to be something.
They were approaching it for years.
They're bigger, they're stronger.
I mean, the pitchers are faster.
Watered down.
Is it watered down?
Worse than it was years ago.
See, they say that expansion, they let so many teams in the league that there's pitchers who would never be allowed to pitch 20, 30 years ago.
All right, what do I know?
Don't forget the drugs.
They say the ball is wound tighter.
By the way, they say the press is not laughing on that clip. The clip is from Jimmy's show, Jimmy Kimmel Show. So that's the people laughing.
Oh.
And George Takei. All right, when we come back, you guys should... how much time are we having the eating contest?
About 11 minutes left.
All right, so during the commercial, that's going to eat up some time. When we come back, we'll have the results. Artie versus Fred in the pizza eating contest right after this. And then I'm going to play the voicemail and a couple of email, too. And we have a whole bunch of other stuff to get to as well. Maria, the first woman who ever got naked on our show, is going to stop by. That's like 20 years ago. I got to figure the wall hit her.
I don't know. She was how old then?
How old do you think she was back then?
I remember, if memory serves me correctly, she was not a youngster back then.
Yeah.
I remember her being sort of hot, but a little bit older.
She's got to look like a train wreck.
Is she coming in naked?
Yeah, I hope not.
I can tell you that I would almost guarantee you that she was like 30-something when we had her on back in 85.
Yeah. So she got to be...
Looking at a 50-year-old.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, 50 plus. All right, we'll be back right after. Oh, wait, Artie, what do you want to say before the commercial?
Can we finish eating before she gets naked?
Yeah. We'll be back right after these words. Artie has 4 slices down. Fred has 4 slices down. When we come back, we'll know the champion, the winner of the pizza eating contest. All right. How much time is left in this sucker? Hold on. Yeah.
All right, there's 2.5 minutes left. Howard, I tell you, this is like a dead heat because they both left a lot of crust behind.
Eat the crust.
Artie's now on his last slice, but trying to also catch up on the crust. And the other guy left some crust, too, and is just about to start his last slice. It's pretty close.
So who's going to judge?
I think maybe we should let our governing body guy judge.
Richard, you know how to judge this stuff or what?
I go to about 75 contests a year.
All right, good.
Would you say it's close?
It's a dead heat. You know, if they were to end in a tie, we'd probably have to do a 1-slice eat-off.
No. Wow. Are you guys
at this rate, that could take 10 minutes.
How do you guys feel?
I feel great.
I mean, I feel all right.
Yeah? Are you full?
It's inedible. It's too hard.
And the problem is it's been laying overnight, you know?
Yeah.
But that makes it a little more challenging.
Right.
Artie was double-fisted before. He had 2 slices, 1 in each hand.
And the Hawaiian punch was balanced on his penis.
Doug, how much time left? 1.5 minutes.
These guys...
You have a lot of crust to put away, Artie.
These guys look like they're in a coma.
All right, so Frank just went into overdrive.
Whoa. What's he doing?
He's throwing down. Oh, he's got 1 slice left.
What about his crust?
Yeah, I think there's some crust in his plate. He says it's inedible, but, you know, in an IFOC event, right before the buzzer, you can stuff your mouth. So, you know, you can't disregard that crust because then Artie's going to step out ahead of you.
That's right.
Right.
Artie's eating his crust, dude.
That'd count as a whole slice.
Artie's
got plenty of crust.
A lot of crust. Frank's got like little pieces. Fred's got little pieces where Artie has big, thick pieces of crust left.
I know.
Artie, you're going to lose.
Fred's just gone into overdrive, man. Look at him.
Where'd Fred go?
I love this flour all over his shirt now. How much time?
You haven't even eaten anything.
I haven't eaten anything, and I'm belching.
39 seconds. 39 seconds left.
How come you dudes aren't belching? That's what I can't figure out.
Artie's going to lose. I can't believe this.
No, Artie looks like he's going to lose. I think Fred's out eating him.
Do you see his cheeks?
Who, Artie's? Yeah.
He looks like Dizzy Gillespie.
Oh, my God.
Dana's going to dump Artie. I know it after this.
That's a bunch of crap.
Give me my number.
Yeah, Fred, you go out with Dana.
15 seconds.
Money in the fame.
What? Oh, Gary, you talking? You got to get a mic on our man.
I know, but I start to talk and then he starts to talk. I'm telling you, 10 seconds.
Well, then get another mic.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Over the wire. Artie can't do anything.
Time's up. Stop.
Right.
Get the guy over here from the International Federation of Competitive Eating, Richard Shea.
This almost calls for a scale, but I think I can do this visually.
Remember, he's rich and famous, and I'm poor.
I got to say, just from an eyeball on these pizzas, the newcomer right over here, Fred from Rockland County, New York, is the day-old pizza-eating champion of the world.
I got to tell you, Artie, I mean, it's really, in my mind, a dead heat, and I think that giving it to Fred is fine, but...
Artie's still got a mouthful of food, though, and he's got more food in his box.
I'll tell you, I sort of agree with the guy. It's close, but Fred has a little less crust left. They have both the same amount of...
I think Richard Shea called it properly. I'm just saying it's almost a dead heat.
Yeah, it's very close. A lot of our contests, we actually bring out scales because of that.
Yeah.
They usually are.
You add up his crust. He's got a lot of... I mean, the pizza that we have, the rum pizza we have.
You got a hot girl. You're on the Howard Stern show every day. Can I just win the contest, please?
I'll tell you, if you want to go,
it's a contest.
If you want to go anyway, Artie's mouth is still full.
So what? He was allowed to stuff it right up until the end. He's just finishing off what he had.
Then Fred should have stopped.
Yeah.
I'm lining up my crust.
I stopped. I just finished it.
Line up the crust piece for piece against Fred's.
We got a scale?
It was pretty damn close.
Look at this. Add up that crust. Look at that, man.
Wait a
Look at
minute.
all that crust.
It's so close.
It's a dead heat. I mean, you could do a one-slice eat-off.
Add up this crust.
That's not...
They got fresh slices.
That's too little bite.
We got fresh slices. They were complaining.
And this. Look at this. Look at that. What?
No, that's
not
uncool.
fair.
That doesn't count.
That's not
What'd he do?
He just jammed something in his mouth that Artie was saying, count this, count
Add
this.
this crust up. Look at that.
What do you think, Gary?
Let's have a slice off.
It is so frightening. Look, I swear, if you came over here and looked, okay, this is what Fred's got left, right, slice-wise. Already hold up yours. When you say these are almost even?
Yeah, I'd say they're exactly even. So eliminate those two.
Okay.
Slice off.
All right.
A little bit.
Just about.
All right, come on, Dory. I'll give you an even deal on that.
And then with the crust.
And you just ate a piece of your crust.
But it's still about the same.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell.
And he ate a piece of my crust.
I know.
And there's less cheese on Artie's. He's got more cheese on his pizza, so I think those would weigh out pretty much evenly.
Oh, boy.
Howard, they're exactly the same.
Yeah, they really are.
Wait a minute. So you think he has less crust than me there?
I think it's about even.
It's real close.
I say give them each a slice of pizza and see who can eat it the fastest.
How come this always happens on the show?
I don't know. Why can't there always be like a definitive winner?
Because we don't have a scale.
Look, Richard Shea called it for Fred.
All right.
Let him have it.
Thank you.
All right.
Just for the hell of it. Let him have it. You know what, Artie? I'm calling it a dead heat.
Thanks, buddy.
I don't think anybody here won, but you know what? For the sake of Fred and let him have some money.
Believe me.
What do you do?
Talk to both of us at 1 in the afternoon. There's no winners.
Fred, what about that?
Working for you, kidding me?
What do you do for a living?
I'm an elevator mechanic.
There you go. To give the guy $1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, Howard.
All right, you win the 1,000 courtesy Artisan Home Entertainment and the new Terminator 2 Extreme DVD. What about our EMS buddy there? Does he win anything?
He gets a slice.
He gets a slice to eat?
Oh, dear.
The new one.
Give him something.
You want to give?
What do you got left?
I give him the same thing.
Can you?
Sure.
So you still have some Kurt Voltheim for tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. All right, buddy.
A little Hawaiian Punch, I had more calories.
I'm going to give you $500 courtesy of Artisan Home Entertainment and the new Terminator 2 DVD as well.
The old slice wouldn't be good.
Right, and the guy from the is it International Federation of Competitive Eating?
That's right.
I'm not giving you $500. You don't need it. You needed a plug, and you got one. So I feel good for you. All right, brother?
Thank you.
If you want to watch or something, we'll try and dig something up for you, like from Steven Singer Jewelers.
I could do that if you want to.
Let's do that for that guy. He was nice enough to come down. We'll get you a watch from Steven Singer Jewelers.
Right on.
I can't believe these Artie contests always end in controversy.
Yeah,
I know.
I just have to say, if you want to, you can go to StevenSingerJewelers.com to see all of his jewelry.
Yeah, okay. There it is. Wow.
I thought Artie would wipe the floor.
I thought Artie was going to kill this guy.
Yeah.
This is some good competition. Look at him.
Yeah, and you guys can't eat 2 pies in a half hour. You didn't even finish one.
It's basically almost a pie in a half an hour.
I bet you I could eat as much as you guys.
Long distance type of eater.
Yeah.
Give me all day, I'll eat all these pies.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about here, Fred.
I know. I tell you, if it wasn't hard as a rock and old, I would have done a lot better. I think.
All right.
The crust is hard to chew.
Thank you.
It's day-old pizza.
All right, guys. That's it. It's over. It's
No
over.
more excuses.
No more excuses. Time for excuses is over. Well, Robin, that was another contest that was fascinating.
Let's never have Artie contest with anybody again.
Yeah, no more contests. You can barely walk. What's going on? Wow, he can barely walk. What are you feeling inside?
Oh, my God.
Keep the EMS guy around for a while.
Yeah, maybe he should leave.
I think I'm dying. You're dying. Who else is dying?
No,
what happened? You can barely walk.
Well, no, that's how I always walk.
Really?
No.
In the morning, sometimes my knees hurt.
Oh, okay.
From what?
From eating the night before.
I have the gout.
You do, right?
I thought I did at one point, but it was, look, it just sucks to eat that much in a half an hour and not get a gram.
Right.
I'm happy he got it, though.
Yeah.
You could have eaten a little more.
I guess I could have. If I had shoved the last slice in my mouth, I was thinking about,
Right.
We could have had a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 thing going on there.
Well, there you go. It doesn't matter. The game is over. We learned that you are a big eater, and really it was basically a tie.
Once again, I'd like to thank Uptown Pizzeria, 14th Street in Hoboken. It's a great place. Thank you for the pizza.